Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cellar. This is a new program that I'm gonna be starting for all the public out there, for all my Facebook friends and people who want to comment in this sort of like a radio independent show, radio pirates, if you wanna call it. Oh, I can hear myself. All right, awesome. I don't need to hear that anymore. Anyways, the reason is I started this little show is because of the whole situations that we are going through right now. Should I mention it? We all know, we are all aware about what's going on at the moment. How much problematic has been, in a certain way, chaotic too. I don't know. What is it really taking us to? This whole madness going on. What else is gonna be? COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus. What are really people doing out there in regards to preventing it? Taking measures in order to not become the next victim of this virus. The situation is that I'm gonna tell you a little experience that happened today when I went for shopping, grocery shopping with my girlfriend Suji. We went all the way to Fortinos. We took the bus, right? And when, of course, many of you know when you take the bus, it's free of charge, and at the same time, you gotta enter through the rear doors. Believe it or not, not many people know that already. Second thing, there was a situation where we noticed not many people are keeping the distance as they supposed to, especially in situations like this. Not just that, also people not wearing the gloves and mask as they have been asked to, in order at least to prevent, right? Because it's easier to prevent than to cure a situation like this. We have been told to stay at home, not to go out, not to socialize, where to go out only if you need to go to the essential things that are either supermarkets for grocery shopping, LCBOs, beer stores. I guess, is the beer store open? As far as I know, the LCBO is considered an essential part also to go and buy your alcohol. And what else? Many other things, I don't know, put it like a pharmacies, things like that, right? Limited hours, you have to adjust your time in order to go over there, right? But at the same time, how is it really affecting each one of you out there? And what have you noticed? Like that's something that probably it might have kind of like make you cringe or trigger or you makes you feel confused about this whole situation. And I'm gonna be reading about the different things here, right? What is in regards to the comments is being presented right now, right? Because I would like to hear the experience of people exactly if they're really following the rules that is being established publicly to each one of you. Are people really listening and are careful and they care for themselves and others and their families and friends about the different things that how much consequences it has already, this sort of virus has produced in society? It has caused situations like the loss of jobs, right? Like a kind of a layoff, loss of income, right? What is keeping people like almost in prison in their own homes, right? The situation is very deep, and I don't think I feel that people are really considering this. So the thing is, what I want to talk about today in regards to this matter, it's very uncomfortable, and I don't think people they really realize that. I don't think people they, in a certain way, if you want to consider this as something like a punishment or like a lesson or something that it brings people to unity, like to be more considerate, to appreciate to the things that we can access or not. And the thing is, it doesn't feel like it that way. I don't think people are really listening out there. When Suya and I we go for shopping, we feel like we are getting, I always say to her, we have gone only out of the house, especially for the past 2 weeks, only twice. But now those two occasions has been mainly like just to go and buy groceries. When we go and buy the groceries, right? We keep the distance from other people, right? When we go with the shopping cart. Usually Suji does the shopping for herself, by herself. And the thing is, in these few times, I had decided to actually go with her. Because where many of you are aware that she is actually part of the Asian community, on the sense of her background is South Korean. And the thing is, people, they can be, there have been some incidents that actually they really concern me about how some people they were actually trying to attack or kind of in a way pick in a certain group of people or in a certain community because of this entire situation. And of course, this makes everyone uncomfortable. To me, it makes me uncomfortable, of course, right? Because on the sense that I don't think anybody should be picking on any community. It's a thing that actually it can happen to anybody. It's a thing that actually not many people, as I say to you, are really taking consideration to be respectful and to really take this matter seriously in order to protect themselves and their families and their co-workers or anybody in their own community that they hang around with, to avoid this situation, right? As I say to you, it's always easier to prevent than to cure. In my experience, for going outside, just specifically, just to ride the public transportation, and also to do the shopping according to how much you need, how much stuff you want to stock on your fridge or generally at your own home. It happens the whole madness of people buying toilet paper like crazy, or how they had to put limits to products basically because people they were just getting greedy about the whole mentality of the survival of the fittest and bullshit like that basically, right? That tells you exactly when people start talking about the whole thing of the survival of the fittest, it's a very selfish thought, especially in times where people they had to be considerate with others, with the ones that it's you have to actually get things for need and not for greed, especially for moments like this. It's important that each one of us is considerate of the amount of things that we're going to get. We live in a whole community, society, that basically we need to actually measure up, especially in situations like this. We need to kind of balance out what exactly what's our priorities and what's not, right? If it's not a priority to us, you leave it to others who have more interest on it. Sadly, the whole thing about the situation of the toilet paper, I repeat, and I'm sorry that I had to mention this, but it's one of the most ridiculous things ever has taken place on Earth in the entire history of society, where toilet paper is almost like freaking diamonds nowadays, on the sense of the value, how people some of them, they buy a whole quantity and they start kind of reselling it for a higher price. That tells you exactly where the madness leads to in situations like this, and it shouldn't happen, especially in moments like this. It shouldn't take place at all. Disregarding anything when it comes to politics or religious or situations, a mentality, behavior, or anything like that. When it comes to situations like this, people they need to come to unity. On the sense of of course, you gotta keep the social distance. That's the whole idea. But come to unity in understanding, what are the needs of each one, in order, for all of us to keep the balance right on this kind of situation. I can always say before, and I can mention it, and I repeat once again that they have been many times. It has been predicted for many years, for centuries, that we are living in a time of decimation. Decimation is not a nice word at all. It's a very disgusting thing that humanity has to face in order to maintain the balance on Earth, because apparently we cannot fit too many of us on this Earth, right? To the point that we are chewing up each other. The thing is, it shouldn't happen, shouldn't take place like that. And that's why I want to see like if others can be able to make comments or express their opinions in regards to this matter, because we are living in a time that, suppose, put it this way, like if you don't own a property, kind of people, they gotta pay rent, but if you own a property and you have tenants, how they gonna pay the rent? And you're not gonna get paid, or things like that, right? So there's been like a different conflicts. Businesses shutting down big time. They don't know when they're gonna open. But the point is, are really people taking in consideration every single thing about like what is being told about how to prevent this sort of a chaotic situation, how to prevent the virus and all of that? Actually, people, they're not doing it, believe it or not. Thing of today, I go to the supermarket with Suji, and guess what? We're getting like the strange looks because we're wearing the masks and gloves, okay? We go out, we gotta listen to what actually like what's going on out there. Hey, there's a virus out there. How can you protect yourself? Wear masks and gloves. Wash your hands, anything, like produce anything sanitary thing for yourself, like in order to prevent such virus. Guess what happens? Not many people are doing it, especially cashiers, Fortinos today. What is it? The people who actually they had to do the stocks there, right, to stock the shelves with the meats, with the chicken, with whatever you wanna call it. They will know none of them were wearing masks and gloves, right? Not many customers. The majority of the customers, they were not wearing masks and gloves. So in this case, kind of like some people, they say, oh no, everything's all right here, like because the number hasn't been so increasing so much, the numbers of victims of the virus or the people who had died out of it, like it's not so high compared to other countries like either in Asia or in general, or Italy or Spain, like how the situation is increasing much more. Well, guess what? Is that exactly like what you want? Like kind of you want to remain kind of in a low number, but at the same time, you think because like it's not so affecting so much in that part, you think we are safe and secure in that matter? I don't freaking think so. In this talk show that I have decided to produce, it's gonna bother, it's gonna be controversial, it's gonna piss off a lot of people out there. And to be honest with you, I don't give a fuck about it. The situation is real right now, and you guys, if you're not taking consideration of it, if you're not really taking care of yourself or the ones you really love out there, you existence really is insignificant right now. And the thing is, the important thing for you to do right now, while you're hearing me, while you're hearing my words, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life, but if you really care for others that they are out there, what you gotta do is start wearing that mask and gloves and start freaking taking care of yourself hygienically. And not many people are doing it. And if you're gonna be working, especially like the ones who are sacrificing themselves out there, you know, working with the public and all of that, start taking care of yourself. Really, it's important, because you know what happens though, like you're gonna pay the price one way or the other, because you didn't listen, because you rather not to be informed, because you rather not to put attention to what's going on out there. Like, believe what you want. But the thing is that when there is a situation out there and it's massive and pandemic as it is right now, you gotta start taking care of yourself and the close ones that you have next to you. And many people, they're not freaking listening, and you're gonna pay the price for that heavily. And I'm telling you that right now. So I wanna see some comments here right now. What's your experience in this situation at this moment? And I'm sorry that it sounds so mean, but I don't give a damn. I'm the one with the microphone here right now, and I'm giving each one of you the opportunity to express yourself, because you're not gonna have it anywhere else, the chance to express yourself as you're having it right now. Write anything you want. Freaking tell, fuck you, Rodrigo, we don't believe you. What is it? Thank you, Rodrigo, for reminding us about this situation. Yeah, I went through this situation. Tell me anything you want. I would like to see it written right now, because right now, you guys, I see only a few who are watching and listening, or they rather not about the situation. I don't care, but your life is in game right now. Is it a judgment day? Is it the end of days? Or anything like that? Well, guess what? I don't see any end of it. But we can bring it to an end if we are cooperative in that sense. We can lower the risks of everything what's taking place right now. The whole thing is we need to be more cooperative. If you really appreciate your own life, start working on it, on that part. Start putting your integrity. While you are in part of a society, you gotta start working one way or the other by cooperating with it, with the minimum thing of start taking care of yourself. Now, I'm gonna go through some of the comments here, right? Oh, I got a lot of views already, which is great. But it's not about getting the views, right? It's about basically listening to the message I had to say. Hello, Raymond. Saludos en español para Manuel Cristian Severín Osorio. Saludos, compañeros. Espero que estén bien allá en Chile. Raymond McCarmon, how do you do these background features? I just do them. I tell you another time, but I'm not going to talk to it during the show, right? What is it? Manuel says un saludo, que estés bien. Les deseo todo a todos ustedes que estén súper bien por allá también, allá en Chile, en Sudamérica, en todas partes del mundo. And what is it I see Kim and Sergio and Tali watching the event at the moment. So here's the thing. I would like to hear from someone who probably I cannot really hear you guys. I would love to actually have a method of hearing what you have to say for yourself in your experience. But you can actually type a message to me or comment right now anything about what do you think about the stuff that I've been talking about. Because in a way, as I say to you, it's gonna affect along the way. It's not something temporary. Even they're saying that this thing is gonna go for a very long way. It's gonna probably take a month or 2 months or more or anything like that, or a whole season, right? And this is actually something that it's a serious matter. And I don't think people that are really listening out there, they're not really taking consideration of that. Because otherwise, if they think they're so powerful and almighty, why the hell are out there exposing themselves without doing at least the minimum things in order to protect themselves, right? So they don't have to be carriers of such a virus, right? First thing, if you want to actually consider the following, but preventing is much cheaper than curing. Curing this type of virus is uncertain. You don't know exactly what's going to happen out there, right? Do you think they're going to really they're going to provide you the assistance immediately, right? While the virus is consuming you. Preventing it would be much cheaper, I would say, much better. But sadly, what is it? I don't know. People just don't listen, right? But I hope the ones, each one of you who has taken the time to actually watch this little talk show that I just initiated today, right? I just sparked the idea. I go you know what? I'm going to start fucking ranting about the problem that's going on. And I'm going to have an open chat forum for people to start commenting their part as well, to speak their mind about it, to speak their piece, because it's important about it. Because you know what, I tell you this much, from the news, what are you gonna get? What's so much information? Everything is controlled, everything is manipulated, things like that, right? But you try to rescue the main sources possible, in order for you at least to have a basic idea of what's exactly going on. We have a big problem going on in regards to this motherfucking virus. Yes, I freaking swear on my show. You got a problem with that? Too bad. Anyways, the thing is yes, it's a motherfucking virus, and I dislike this whole thing going on right now. I dislike it a lot, and that's why I express full anger towards it, against it. I don't think it's right what everything's going on. And for more what it is, I don't think it's something that just happened from eating some exotic or strange animals out there, putting something you know, if you want to know what I believe in regards to where everything started, it's just like any other virus and plague out there that started like many centuries ago, and it keeps repeating over and over again, just to control the population in a way. Sure, of course it is man-made. What the fuck else is gonna be like? Why does it have to happen exactly on 2020? Huh? Perfect year, fresh start, fresh decade and all of that. And guess what? This is how we started it. In North America, we just survive winter, like every other winter, right? And then it comes to the point that when we're about to start like in March, springtime, Jesus Christ, like this is the shit that we have to face now, right? Where the economy gets a little bit better after the whole winter, and then suddenly, boom, like everything goes down the hill. It just is unbelievable. Like, is it coincidental in that matter? Should we name any other problems that they have been happening around, especially in Toronto? The spill of red ink on the river, right? What is it? What's the other thing that happened recently? The other day we had like the power outage over here. Magically, something freaking explode right nearby, like one of the transformers in the fabric nearby. What other thing? I don't know. You guys can comment about it. Like something else that happened that I'm being missing. Oh yeah, loitering. It's been happening like crazy actually. Like a lot of robberies locally. Because people are desperate, right? Like they got no money, they don't know what to do. They're hanging on the balance. Like what other thing is gonna happen out there? And things are happening just around the corner. No, because we are behind like doors right now. Because the government says so. Like remain behind doors because like you want to actually avoid of hanging out with groups of people, more than 5 people, this and that, right? You know what? Even if you hang out on people of groups of 5 people, you're still gonna get it one way or the other because there's gonna be someone who actually is gonna be infected. Either way, that's the whole situation happening right now. It's the survival of the fittest. That's right. Sean just saying right now, the survival of the fittest. For more that we don't want to accept it, it is sort of like a survival of the fittest. As I said earlier, it's either a punishment or it's something, a lesson that we need to be more considerate with our own lives. What exactly we want to do with ourselves and how we're going. It's a form of it's like a test brought to us of how we are gonna act in situations like this, right? A lot of people joking around. They say, "Oh yeah, remember those times when people they will speak about zombie apocalypse to come and all of that." That's not even happening yet. But everything starts with a virus, right? And eventually it's gonna spread to much more. Either way, whatever you guys are doing, and I hope that each one of you is remaining safe, because I also it's not just about being behind doors. It's about the people that you're dealing behind doors at the same time. There have been a lot of reports about child abuse and marriage abuse and all of that, right? Physical, verbally, everything, because everybody is on panic in a certain way for the whole situation going on. Everybody in this thing is getting a really heavy, hard hit that we might recover from it, we might not, or we just gonna be stuck beneath the wheel. And that's not a good thing at all. So what's the part really we're feeling about evolution? Or this is more like a devolution. We're just going backwards on things, right? This is something that probably we needed a break from all the acceleration that we have put into society to advance, but we don't really get ahead of the game. We're just getting behind, stuck beneath the wheel, as I said earlier, right? Socioeconomically, everything has affected us. It has been affecting worldwide. It's not just about certain countries happening this thing. It's affecting worldwide. Just probably some countries they get more of the spotlight than others. Other cities they get more spotlight than other cities, right? But it's happening generally out there, and people that it's gonna take them a long time to recover from it. You never know, as you say, survival of the fittest. Anything can happen to us. Anything can happen to other people out there, to the close ones. Do we keep that in consideration? What do we do in this case? Do we talk to them? Do we pass information about the things that we should do or not? So, reading another comment from Sean, says like a Black Death, Plague Doctor era all over in regards to virus. Crazy how My Hero Academia has that in regards to the sickness of society. There you go. Things are actually sometimes like if we go through archives, the documents of things like through media and all of that, that basically sometimes they point out like signals about the things that are about to happen. Yeah, you got it right. Actually, like sometimes like it takes just a little sign in order to consider like what's gonna happen, or things like at least to inform ourselves of how to prevent it instead of curing it. I don't think there's a cure for everybody. This entire virus, it has cost a lot of lives, and it's not even funny. It's just like it's a whole thing. It's a punishment. It's a big one. You know, like the whole thing is while you have access to medium of information, you know, with all the technology that we have, with everything that we have in power to be checking our messages, things like that, like or text or anything or phone calls that we can receive from the close ones or friends, we actually still, a lot of people, they are very misinformed about every single thing happening right now, and it's quite incredible. It's incredible how people are really misinformed about these situations. It's very embarrassing, actually. I believe you, if we didn't have anything of this, like in the past or anything like that, that we would have to find from certain mediums about such information. But now everybody has access to this thing called internet. And guess what? Not many people know about exactly what the hell is going on, and they don't know how to prevent it. And they're not going the extra mile just to avoid it. And that's a pretty sad situation. And we gotta say in a way, and we gotta ask ourselves, is really humanity learning a lesson from all of this? Is humanity gonna be more like open-hearted to everything, to what's going on in this situation? What's gonna happen in the future? We always wonder about the future, right? While living in the present, we have this situation right now going on. Have we learned anything from the past? Hell no. History repeats. I gotta state that. Some of us, we learn things, right? Some of us are informed. To be informed doesn't mean that you have to basically read books, tons of books about it. Like in order to know about it, you have to read every single page in the media out there in order to have an understanding of the current problem that we're facing. It takes only one of us to expose the rest of the people to information that is necessary for them for their vital purposes, you know, like in order to make it for another day, to be focused on actually like to continue in life, but in ways that actually we can prevent situations like this. In a way, I want to make this kind of discussion boards, creating rebellions, of course. Yeah, you should question society. In a way, I'm asking questions here, right? People are not really talking much. They just watch, they listen, and they go, oh yeah, that fucking guy is talking again. Sure, this is not about video game this time. Sorry guys to disappoint in that matter. But my life is not all based in video games. You know, I have a wife, I play music, I work as well, I do different things. I do like many activities like other humans, except that I do more activities than other humans out there. Is it my fault? No, I like to carry on with my life a little bit different than the rest. But at the same time, what is important for you guys is like how you're really taking care of yourself out there, how you're gonna make it another day in that matter, right? I have my own struggles. Suji has her own struggles. We're humans. We're not perfect, but the best that we can do is like always to have our senses open, like to hear and to speak and to think about every single thing, to reflect about the things that we have been facing, what we're going through. And this is the important thing, the reason why I started this talk show, that is called The Devil Cellar Talk Show with Rodrigo Raquio. Anyways, I'm gonna this recording is gonna be archived in my videos. If you feel like commenting later on, whenever you have the time, the opportunity, feel free to do so. Any comments are welcome. You can either rant, you can produce any sort of comment, of course. I would appreciate actually if nobody really attacks to each other, right? Or to point out communities out there, because it's not appreciated. And the only thing is express your visions about the things, like the methods that actually you are doing in order to prevent and avoid of getting the virus out there to become another victim of this so fucking sick society. My name is Rodrigo Raquio, and this was the Devil Cellar Talk Show with Rodrigo Raquio. Thank you very much for watching, and you have a great night. Be safe.